All right, today we're going to dive into this absolute gem of a vintage cookbook, Chinese vegetarian cooking. Our goal? To really get under the hood and understand the philosophy behind a cuisine that, let me tell you, is so much more than just a list of recipes. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so right from the get-go, the book's introduction tackles a pretty common stereotype, right? It says, for a long time, especially in the West, vegetarianism had this cranky image. It was seen as being kind of odd, like you were giving something up, not creating something new.
But then, bam, you see this cover, and it's just vibrant, it's exciting, it's so full of life. And that's the whole point the book is making. Chinese vegetarian cooking isn't about what you can't have. No way. It's about a really deep, almost artistic tradition of what you can create.
So, what's the secret behind all that creativity? Well, it all comes down to one core idea, the philosophy of harmony. And trust me, this is where the real magic happens, way before a single ingredient even thinks about touching a wok.
Okay, so this principle of harmony is really at the heart of everything. It's a full-on multi-sensory experience. We're not just, tossing some veggies in a pan here. It's more like you're conducting an orchestra of flavors, textures, smells, and even colors. The whole goal is to create a dish that's just perfectly balanced. You've got your soft and your crisp, your juicy and your dry. It's about creating a totally complete experience.
And here, this is just a perfect illustration of that connection, right, between the theory and the actual food on the plate. On the left, you've got the text explaining the philosophy, and on the right, well, you see it in action. Just look at that balance of color. You've got the red peppers and tomatoes, the green cabbage, the yellow baby corn. It's honestly a work of art before you even pick up your chopsticks.
Okay, so let's get to the food itself, shall we? We're going to see how this philosophy builds, starting our little culinary journey with some absolute classics, soups and dumplings.
First up, something I think we all know and love, wonton soup. It's so cool to see the simple, clear instructions from the book on the left and then that warm, comforting, delicious-looking bowl on the right. It's just the perfect, gentle way to start a meal. And next up, we've got pot sticker dumplings. Again, you can totally see that straight line from the recipe page to that beautiful, golden brown, crispy finish. The name itself actually tells a pretty cool story.
And here's why. They're called pot stickers, because they literally stick to the pot. That amazing crispy fried bottom is the whole point. It's the signature move. You get it by pan-frying them first, then you add a bit of water to steam them the rest of the way. And boom, there's that soft meets crisp texture we were just talking about. So clever.
All right, now we're getting to the heart of so many Chinese meals, the stir-fry. But here's the thing this book makes really clear. Stir-fry isn't just one single thing. Not at all.
See, the book breaks down these different regional styles. You've got Sichuan food, for instance, which it describes as fiery hot. I love that. It's all about getting your attention with those big, bold spices. And that's totally different from, say, a Cantonese style, which is often more about letting the fresh, crisp veggies shine with lighter, more delicate sauces.
And you can totally see what they mean by fiery hot Szechuan style right here. I mean, just look at that rich, dark sauce and those bright little strips of red chili clinging to the aubergines. That just screams intensity and deep, complex flavor.
And then, as a complete contrast, you've got this special mixed vegetable stir-fry. The recipe is basically presented as the textbook example of the basic stir-fry technique. The colors are so bright, the veggies look super crisp, and you can tell the whole point is to taste the ingredients themselves, just brought together with a simple sauce. So yeah, 2 stir-fries, 2 totally different worlds.
Of course, a meal isn't just about the main event, right? You need the supporting cast. So let's check out the sides and sweets that really complete the picture and round out that whole harmony thing.
Okay, fried rice, it's so much more than just a side dish. It's practically the foundation of the meal. The book calls it a traditional Chinese accompaniment. And this version here, with those bright green peas and bits of egg, is just a total classic. It's the perfect thing to balance out some of those more intense flavors from the main dishes.
And for dessert, wow, something truly spectacular. This is called spun fruits. And let me tell you, this is not your average fruit salad. No, this is a whole experience that combines texture, temperature, and even a little bit of drama.
The technique here is just incredible. So you take pieces of fried, battered fruit, you dip them into this super hot caramel syrup, and then, this is the crazy part, you immediately plunge them into a bowl of ice water. That sudden change in temperature, that thermal shock, it instantly hardens the caramel into this super thin, glassy shell.
So you get warm and soft on the inside and cold and crunchy on the outside. How cool is that?
So after taking this whole journey through the cookbook, what's the big takeaway here? Well, it really brings us all the way back to that quote from the very beginning.
The thing to remember is this. Chinese vegetarian cooking is not about restriction. It's not about what you're leaving out. It's a way of thinking about food that isn't defined by what's missing. Instead, it's all about creation and harmony. It's a philosophy of abundance. It's about looking at the incredible variety we have in the plant world and composing it, like music, into something that's beautiful, delicious, and just deeply satisfying.
And it kind of leaves you thinking, right? If this is what harmony looks like on a plate, what other kinds of delicious balance are out there for us to find? It makes me wonder, what does balance taste like to you?